The following is a special presentation of the PDF Sports Network.
Yo, way too early, but it's not late. Oh, it's sort of late. Not too late. 5 o'clock, well, 5:20. We are gonna give a review of what went on this week. But before I do that, let me tap in. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Sharing to the groups. So my son had a doubleheader in Connecticut today. Baseball has taken over life. So as he is doing that, I'm kind of rolling with it. And wasn't able to get to the show this morning, so we're going to get it done now. Good afternoon, as it used to say, good morning. Good afternoon to my Midwest folks. Good afternoon to my Bleezy folks. As I'm sharing, put up, groups. There it comes, there it is. Oop. What's going on? New York. What's going on? New England. National Players Association, my Midwest folks. LAL folks. What else we got? New England folks, we're going to talk about y'all today because you guys are playing football. Got some games going. Dogs only. There we go. Shots fired. In the AFL. Midwest. Big East. It is hot as hell out here. EFA folks, what's up? PA folks, what's up? EFA Network, Sports Center. So, yeah, so we're about to hit July. So some of the leagues are going, as you can see. Big news for some of our folks across the Midwest. There were some upsets this weekend, including Racine is on the ropes. They came out with a win. But I gotta tell you, man, Racine's on the ropes. So has Racine fallen off, or is it just that they got a real schedule? So we will ask that question as we finally tap into everybody. I think we got everybody. Yes. So what's going on? Make sure everybody's connected. Everybody hears me. Ooh, am I on mute? Yes, I am not on mute. Beautiful. So, all right. Maybe a little 20 in the afternoon, but whatever. You know, as long as we have football, we're going to have a show, and that's what it is. So if you don't get a chance to check me out now, then definitely check it out later on. I know you guys are used to watching at the same hour, Sunday mornings and such. Didn't get to it this week. Again, my son had baseball, so that kind of ruled the day. So let's go over it really quickly. First, let's start off with, I do have my summer rankings done. And there may be a few folks that are mad at me for whatever. But again, I'm going to do my best with it. I have not seen a game yet in NFL or ECFL live, but checking out the footage and such. So I have some preliminary observations I'm going to put out there. So let's start with what we see out of the... Let's go standings first, shall we? So in the ECFL, they are down to one single solitary conference. So I'm not sure if it's considered AAA, AA, or single A, but it's the only ones that they got. Valley Generals are now 2-0. And they lead the standings, followed by the Northeast Bulls at 2-1. Tri-State Bruins lost their first game. They dropped to 2-1. Troy City's 1-1, Randolph 1-1, and then The Rhode Ravens and the Connecticut Lightning are both 0-2. That's how the ECFL standings are now. We're going to focus on AAA for NEFL, and then I'm going to check out the AA and single A on a separate show when I check out what the teams are for that, and then I'll do a separate rankings for the AA and the single A. That includes the LAL AA and the EU and EFL AA and single A. If you only have one in your league, then it's going to be one. What up? So, standings for the NEFL. They are at 6 teams just for the AAA. So again, they do have a AA and a single A, but these are just the AAA teams. The New England Bombers are out to a 3-0 start, so they are looking pretty impressive. They took a trip to Glens Falls this weekend and came out with a win, so that's pretty impressive. So that's going to move them up the standings. Middleborough Cobras, defending champion from last year, out to a 2-1 start. Mill City Eagles are 2-1. The Boston Bandits, the perennial top dogs up there, or at least one of those top contending teams, brand names or what have you. They are now 1-2. Is that a reflection again with Racine? Have they gone back to the pack, or is it just that the competition has more parity? And we'll discuss parity in a few. Then you have Glens Falls. They dropped to 1-2, and then GSD, the once mighty GSD, is now 0-3, and that's how AAA is moving. As far as the scores from this weekend, you can check it on the NEFL website. Thank you, NEFL, for updating your website. Longhorns, Middlesex County Longhorns beat the Black Panthers 26-14. GSD lost to the Cobras 41-13. Bombers not only went to Glens Falls, but beat the hell out of the Glens Falls Green Jackets by the score of 46-0. Boston Bandits lost to the Mill City Eagles by 2 touchdowns, 32-20. In their AA division, again, didn't mention this in the rankings because we're going to deal with that separately next week. Rhode Island Raptors lost to the Windsor Flyers. Flyers are a good team. Haverhill Hitmen dropped a heartbreaker by 1 point in Fitchburg, Massachusetts to the Mass Warriors, 30-29. Another action in the single A division, Rhode Island Riptide 25, Vermont Ravens 6, up in Cranston, Rhode Island at that beautiful stadium up there. And then the New London Silverbacks edged out the Metro West Golden Badgers 8-6. So that rounds out the action for single A. And that's the NEFL for you. So as far as ECFL goes, again, it's just it's just one division, AAA we'll call it for now. Last week, Valley Generals blanked the Tri-State Bruins. The Bruins had started off 2-0 and were looking pretty good. And then they got shut out by the Valley Generals 12-0. So is this a situation where the ECFL is top heavy again? We shall see. So Troy City lost to the Northeast Bulls 14-6. Not to be confused with the Longhorns, very similar looking products. The Connecticut Lightning got blanked by the Randolph Oilers. Connecticut Lightning seem to be one of those teams that are outclassed. They were outclassed in single A, and now they're forced to hang with everybody else in the ECFL, and it may not work out too well. So Randolph beats them 34-0. Upcoming this week, some games that you may want to check out. Valley Generals host the Connecticut Lightning. That probably will get out of hand pretty early. Northeast Bulls play the Tri-State Bruins. That should be a good one. Rhode Ravens take on the Troy City Titans. That's a 7 o'clock kick on Saturday. They're all Saturday games. I'm sorry, that's Saturday, July 12th. So they are not playing way too late. So yes, the ECFL is taking off for the 4th of July weekend. Smart move, because nobody wants to be dealing with that during the holiday weekend. So they get back to it July 12th. Nobody's playing this weekend, actually. And EFL, their action resumes July 12th. Battle of Rhode Island as the Riptide plays the Raptors. Bombers play the Destroyers. So Bombers are perfect on the year. Destroyers are 0-3. And so the GSD is in a must-win situation. That might get ugly for them pretty quickly at 0-4. Middleborough Cobras versus Mill City Eagles. It's probably the game of the week. That's at Lawrence, Massachusetts, 7 o'clock. Again, next Saturday, the 12th. Glens Falls Green Jackets play the Boston Bandits, so the Bandits get a chance to try to rebound on this thing. That's at West Roxbury. Love that place, by the way. Haverhill Hitmen. There's a double A. Haverhill Hitmen take on the Middlesex County Longhorns. Flyers take on the Warriors. Golden Badgers take on the Silverbacks. So I believe that's a rematch to go like home and home. Cool. And then single A, the Black Panthers take on the Vermont Ravens. So, I do want to check out. Hey, Drewski, let me know if you are available because I have my summer rankings. So I'm going to talk about my summer rankings real quick and then let you guys go into this holiday weekend. I do have one other announcement regarding, as you can see from the conversation that the posting that I put up this morning. We're talking about Hawaii. So I got my Hawaiian shirts on, and we got the conversation happens every single year about the Minor League Football Report Hall of Fame, the one that JP is the area rep for, one of the area reps for, and every year applications seem to come out every year. Oh, you're on Amtrak. Oh, look at you, fancy pants. On Amtrak. So every year well then chime in, definitely, Drewski. Let me know, and we'll play the game of guess who in terms of the top 5 summer teams. I'll go in backward order. Pause. So yeah, so every year the Hall of Fame email, the messages go out, the postings go out. Everybody has an opportunity to chime in on who they think should make the Hall of Fame. I was blessed enough to be nominated and accepted last year because there is a process. They definitely do vet your application. I got in last year, awesome time out in Vegas. This year, again, same procedure. So I know that some of the announcements on who made it have already been posted. Big shout out to Coach Dino, formerly of the New York Bandits. He's down in Texas now, coaching. I'm not sure which level he's coaching down there, but awesome football mind. Also a great quarterback for the Westchester Steelers back in the good old days of the Westchester Steelers. Earl Thomas made the Hall of Fame as well. Congratulations to him, legend in this thing, not only playing, but just overall in terms of the culture. He's just one of those guys, general manager, one of those people that everybody knows and contributes to the game on so many different levels, which is part of the requirements or part of the evaluation process, I should say, to be nominated for the Minor League Football Report Football Hall of Fame. This year, though, it's not going to be in Las Vegas. This year, it's going to be in Honolulu, Hawaii. So I got my Hawaiian shirt on because I will definitely be there, not just for the induction ceremony, because Earl's my guy, and big shout out to him, and Dino's my guy as well. There's going to be a bunch of others, as you will hear the announcements being made over the next coming weeks and such. So please, for the regulars that chime in about not knowing and how it's the secret society and such, you can say that you heard on Way Too Early with Pat. The information is readily available. The website is readily available. All the contacts are up there. Everybody knows JP. So, and JP is not the only way to get connected with it. We went through this last year and the year before that and the year before that. So I'm going to go back and earmark this as, hey, look, if there was somebody that you feel is worthy, instead of raining on somebody else's parade that got in, how about you do the legwork now and nominate who you think should be in and see if they put the application in and go through the process. Because again, there is a process. So don't bitch about it just, at the last minute when it's too late because you didn't want to put in the legwork. But that's just my 2 pennies on that. So let's talk rankings, okay? So summer rankings. Again, I'm going to separate the AA and single A for the ECFL. Big shout out, A711 Trenton team, Trenton Bick. I think that's it. I saw that national championship. Kev and the boys, good job, man. Way to rep for the East Coast and New York City area. Big shout out to those guys. So I'm going to take the AA and single A out of it for NEFL. And I'm also going to take out the LAL AA as well and go for a AAA ranking and a AA ranking. Again, my ranking is just based on if you are in a league and decided that you're going to play in a lower division, then I'm going to put you in the lower division rankings. I'm not evaluating people's leagues because you know how I feel about that. So you got the EFA, you got the LAL, you got the ECFL, and then you have NEFL, AAA. That's the region. Those are the teams that I got. So I'll give you the teams really quickly. And by the way, chime in the comments your top 5. So in the EFA, we have the New York Bandits, the defending champions. They beat the New Jersey Gravediggers in the championship last year. You also have the New York Dolphins, the Empire State Demon Knights, the Connecticut Tar Heels. This one's interesting. The New Jersey Chupacabras. I definitely want to do one of their games because I just want to say Chupacabras. Kingston Lions round out their team. So right now they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. So big shout out to those guys. So yeah, I'm not sure if they're locked in at 7 teams, but that's the 7 teams that they have right now, based on my information. The LAL AAA, the LAL AAA division or conference, whatever you want to call it. You have the Brooklyn Pharaohs, the Brooklyn Seminoles, the East Penn Raiders, the New Jersey Sharks, the Silk City Sharks, not to be confused with the New Jersey Sharks. So you have 2 Sharks in there. And then you have last year's championship matchup, the New Jersey Silverbacks coming back, and the defending champion, New York Bears. I will be at their ring ceremony next week as well. Big shout out to those guys. Definitely going to check them out. Awesome program that they built over there, and now they are back-to-back champions. They were EFA champions, and then last year they were LAL champions. So they're going for the three-peat, and national champions too, but they're going for the three-peat. Nicely done. ECFL, you have ECFL does not have AAA, AA, Single A anymore because they lost a bunch of teams. Tri-State Bruins, the Valley Generals, Northeast Bulls, Rhody Ravens, Connecticut Lightning, Troy City Titans, and the Randolph Oilers. We got a little bit of a cheat code because they're already in week 3, so we got a little bit of a sample of those teams so we can be a little bit more informed in when we place those teams. AAA and EFL is the Middleborough Cobras, Mill City Eagles, New England Bombers, the Boston Bandits, Granite State Destroyers, and the Glens Falls Green Jackets. The Cobras, I believe, were the defending champions there. And again, the Bombers are off to a 3-0 start. So that's how it rounds out. Again, AA and Single A next week, but I'm going to go with my top 15 right now. So top 15 for my summer rankings. Again, right now, I'm not going to ask you to come up with your top 15. Just tell me who your top 5 is. Again, I just told you what the teams are. Give me your top 5. You don't need an explanation. It's your opinion. So, let's go. So, coming in at number 15, I have the Empire State Demon Knights. Solid team that's always in the running. I expect them in the EFA to be one of the final 4 teams, as they usually are. Can they get a little bit more momentum based on how their product was in the spring? Possibly, but to tell you the truth, again, from year to year and from season to season, the Empire State Demon Knights are kind of just going to be what they're going to be. But they are building something over there when it comes to some of these newer faces. So if those newer faces, like Ty's over there, Ty Lopez, and there was a couple other new faces that came over that did very well in the spring season. And if they continue to build that thing, watch out. So that's why they took the number 15 spot, Empire State Demon Knights. And I will post my rankings as soon as I'm done. Number 14, I have the East Penn Raiders. Now, why do I have them ranked where they are? Well, if you go, what up, Keith? If you're going by past teams, again, you have the Kiefer factor, you have the Coach Black factor. And you know how I feel about Coach Black. Excellent coach. When you have a turnover when it comes to ownership, coaching staff, front office, or what have you, it's tough for me to put you too high on the list. I think there will be a little bit of drop off, especially when it comes to the movement of New York players going out to East Penn, being that in the LAL you have both the Pharaohs and the Knowles playing, as well as the New York Bears are going to absolutely be a popular destination when it comes to players. So EPR, you're not going to see as many of those New York players. You're going to see heavy Pennsylvania, might dip into the Philadelphia region a little bit and such. But with, I know how they feel about giving a little bit too much credit to New York. But again, that's why it's just not necessarily worse, but definitely different team than what you've seen in the past. So East Penn is my number 14 in my rankings. Altogether, by the way, I think it was like 20 some odd teams. So I'm not going to go all the way through because there's a lot of teams. Number 13, I have the Northeast Bulls from the ECFL. Solid team, solid organization that is built. They're 2-1 right now, doing pretty good, off to a decent start. Don't know much about them, but it's a good spot to put them. Next up is the Mill City Eagles at number 12 from the NEFL. They are also 2-1 right now. But again, Mill City is playing tougher competition in the NEFL, AAA, than in the ECFL, as the Northeast Bulls do. So I'll give the edge to Mill City. Plus, they have more experience in playing on that level, even though they haven't made really that much noise, but maybe with the moving over of some of the more traditional names, like there's no more Shamrocks up there. What was the other one? Admiral's not up there anymore. Those kind of teams moving away. Mill City might be one of the up-and-coming ones. That'll be like the next to ascend to the throne, so to speak. So I'm excited about Mill City at number 12. Number 11 is the Kingston Lions. I learned my lesson from the spring. I had them dead last, ranked in the spring, and they built themselves a pretty good base over there. They have guys coming from areas north. Saw a couple players from the Vermont and the New England area and such, and they built a pretty good product up there and had a lot of success. Love the way that Dario works and love the town that they are representing. Hey, what up, Tune? So I think they have a pretty good stronghold, and I think they can get back to where they were previously at in terms of an organization with the Hudson Valley Mountaineers. So at number 11, I have the Kingston Lions. Number 10, I have the New Jersey Gravediggers. Young team, last year made a huge splash, got all the way to the championship game. So let's see what they do with year 2. A little bit more experience as an organization, but still have that youth movement going. I think that their result last year might get them a little bit more popularity. They also have a big dog preseason schedule. I think they were taking on the Seminoles, and I think they were also taking on the other Jersey team, the Silverbacks, as well in scrimmages. So they are not backing down from competition. They are, iron sharpening iron type of thing, and they are, they're moving. So I have them at 10. But again, watch out for those guys, because if they catch fire, they could definitely move up the standings and threaten to dethrone the Bandits in the EFA. So that's my 15 through 10. So again, I'm doing my top 15. Again, in the comments, please give me your top 5 and see what you think. Again, going from 15 to 10 really quickly. Demon Knights, 14 is the Raiders, 13 is the Northeast Bulls from the ECFL, 12 is the Mill City Eagles at NEFL, Kingston Lions, the EFA at number 11, and then the Gravediggers are number 10. So now we're into the top 10. Top 10 of the summer right now. Again, opinion poll. Don't get your feelings hurt and such over some nonsense. And again, put your top 5 in the comments and see if you're thinking along the same lines as I'm thinking. So number 9, I have the New Jersey Sharks. Coming off a championship year 2 years ago. Last year they came back. Disappointing finish, but again, you have a seasoned team. The team didn't perform all that bad. I do like solid organizations. Solid organizations are able to bounce back from disappointment. And again, they're not far removed from a championship campaign, so I have them at number 9, New Jersey Sharks out of the LAL. Number 8, I have the Middleborough Cobras, another powerhouse in New England, the one ascending to the throne with the Admirals and the Shamrocks being gone. They're one of those teams that could be the next big dogs up in the New England area. And so far, Middleborough is out to a 2-1 start. Number 7, the New Jersey Silverbacks. We shall see if, again, first year, was it a one-hit wonder, or is this the start of something special with the New Jersey Silverbacks? We shall see. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Gerb, kind of keeping an eye on you. If you continue this momentum and such, I think they'll be just fine. If he starts to kind of like get restless with it and put his attention in other places or negative situations, that's when the team kind of takes a hit. We don't want to see that. So keep going with the Silverbacks, and let's see that thing built. Number 6, I have the New York Bandits, the champions of the EFA. Bandits top-notch program, 30 years in and such, and had a return to dominance last year, return to prominence, if you will, and took home a championship. Also won a game in a Nationals tournament down in South Carolina, and then came up short in the Nationals in Florida. But to do that type of traveling is not for the weak. So the Bandits, I come bringing at number 6. Number 5, I have the Valley Generals of the ECFL. Valley Generals seem to be the ones that have caught some fire. Sneaky good. They're out to a 2-0 start. Them staying in the ECFL and not jumping ship to the NEFL might do them some good. Might kind of, move them along and such. We shall see. But we'll also see at the end, if they're the ones that come out of the ECFL, what do they do afterwards? Because from the spring, haven't seen any games really between the champions of the spring yet, and things are kind of up in the air. So hopefully the summer they were able to handle some of those postseason games a lot better. Top 5. I just joined. So I haven't gotten to my top 5 yet. So so far from 15 to 5, Demon Knights at 15, East Penn Raiders at 14, Northeast Bulls ECFL 13, Mill City Eagles at the NEFL 12, Kingston Lions at 11, New Jersey Gravediggers at 10, New Jersey Sharks of the LAL number 9, Middleborough Cobras of the NEFL is at number 8. Number 7 is the New Jersey Silverbacks. New York Bandits from the EFA is number 6. Valley Generals from the ECFL is number 5. So that's what I got so far. So going into the top 5. So you got Valley Generals at number 5. My number 4 team seems to have a breakout year and is in the toughest division in New England, and that's going to be the New England Bombers of the NEFL. So they are 3-0 right now. Again, no Shamrocks, no Admirals. A couple of the teams kind of fell off. Where did those players go? Well, the players that are on the New England Bombers are making their claim right now. 3-0 start and are winning in pretty convincing fashion. So good job to those guys. That's at number 4. Now, the top 3 spots. I'm not sure if you're keeping count. My top 3 are going to the most competitive league in the region, the LAL. And kudos to them for not only having built the most competitive league in the region, they also have a AA so that they support the teams that are building and kind of maneuvering the schedule to get their teams the resume to do. Whoever comes out of the LAL is going to have a national spot. If they come out undefeated, they're going to be that 7 p.m. game at Nationals. They're basically going to have their ticket punch wherever they need it to be. Whether that should be the case, totally separate debate. But my top three, coming in at number 3, is the Brooklyn Pharaohs. Brooklyn Pharaohs, one of those programs that are due. Every time you overlook them, they sneak back into the equation. Every time that you take them for granted, or again, you mention their brothers. I want to say big brothers. I'm just going to say brothers now because they've had that coming of age, like Memphis Bleak type style. Those guys have come of age and they are competing. Can they hang with the Seminoles? They absolutely can. And at this point, I have them at number 3. Number 2, I have the New York Bears, being that they are defending champions. Have to have them up there. They had some free agent signings that make them even better, and it's looking good. Now, number 1, I have the Brooklyn Seminoles. Call it what you want. The Brooklyn Seminoles, until they end up being defeated, you can't count them out. And on top of it, their roster, the way that it is looking, if you have G-Block, you always have a chance. And they have solidified they solidified the pieces on their roster that they need in order to get the job done. They didn't need everybody. We're looking for competition. And by the way, if they're able to get through the gauntlet, which is the LAL, this might be, mark my words, the most impressive Seminole team that you have seen in a while. But it is a discussion because it can't not be a discussion when you have players that have Seminole rings on other teams. They lost last time they were in the LAL. Yes, but they lost to a team that, that's a great point. Mr. Williams, great point. Are they running the table in the LAL? I don't believe so. I don't think so. In fact, if I'm at, do a little FanDuel, undefeated Seminoles in previous history, like previous years, I don't care what league they were in, you were getting even money on that. Whatever you were putting up, you were getting back. Now, I don't think it's cut and dry. I think for the Seminoles winning the championship in the LAL, you get even money, or maybe like a minus 150. In fact, right now, as I go to let's do a little rapid fire for the audience, little Patt trivia type of vibe. What would be your? Hang on, 2 years ago is crazy. What would be your odds on? What would be your odds on the Seminoles going undefeated and winning the chip in the LAL? It wouldn't be minus. It would definitely be plus money. I would say plus 350. I would say plus 350 on that. Would that be fair? I'd say that's fair. Plus 350, maybe even plus 400. Undefeated. Going in, what are the odds of the Seminoles winning the championship in the LAL? I put that at 200, plus 250. Versus the field, plus 200, plus 250. In the den, you get minus money for that. Plus 175, that's valid. That's valid. It's definitely not a, hey, look, everybody is plus 1,000. You're talking about the Seminoles versus the field, which previously has been a very different conversation. So, yeah. What would be the odds? Let's go to my number 2. The odds of the Bears repeating. I'd put that just because they have the target on their back, just because they are the hunted and not the hunter, they're not going to sneak up on anybody. I would say Bears repeating, minus 350. That's no disrespect to the Bears. But that's minus 350, Bears against the field. The field. It's not a cakewalk at all. And the odds is what dictates that. That's what I'm trying to communicate to you. It's definitely not a cakewalk. And the reason why I bring it up is not because it's going to be a cakewalk. The reason why I bring it up is to show you that in years past, it's been a cakewalk in a couple of those campaigns. A couple of those campaigns, it was a foregone conclusion. So which one? So Bears to repeat, minus 350. I need to write some of these down. This is pretty good. So you're telling me it's disrespectful, minus 350 Bears versus the field? Now, again, if the Bears were in the championship game today against the Seminoles, would it be minus 350? No, it wouldn't be minus 350. We're talking about before the season, you got Pharaohs, you got Jersey Sharks, you got Silverbacks. Man, you got there's a lot of predators in that lake, man. Like there's a lot of things that can kill you as you take that swim, bro. Like that's with the numbers, right? So I get it, but can you argue with that number? I don't think you could argue with that number. And if you're the Bears, I'd say you take that 350. Absolutely. Silverbacks. What are the odds of the Silverbacks winning the championship? Well, I think those are longer odds. Pause. Longer odds than the Bears. I put that at like, probably minus 500. Minus 500 for the Silverbacks. Pharaohs I would put at, actually I would give Pharaohs even odds with the Bears. I'd put them at probably minus 350 to win it all. Minus 350, maybe minus 300 right in there. I gotta talk to my man Drewski. We gotta knock this out. Maybe we gotta knock this out early. Who's taking those? I'd play the house on that one. We do a little fun wager, 20 cash, and then take your odds. See what the, see how it moves. You got what I'm saying? So, but that's what I got. So, to summarize, in review, my top 15 for this summer, AAA. Number 1, Brooklyn Seminoles. Number 2, New York Bears. Number 3, Brooklyn Pharaohs, all from the LAL. Number 4, the New England Bombers from the NEFL. Number 5 is Valley Generals, ECFL. Number 6, New York Bandits, the EFA. Number 7, the New Jersey Silverbacks from the LAL. Number 8, Middleborough Cobras from the NEFL. Number 9, the New Jersey Sharks from the LAL. Number 10, the New Jersey Gravediggers from the EFA. Number 11, the Kingston Lions from the EFA. Number 12, Mill City Eagles from the NEFL. Number 13, Northeast Bulls from the ECFL. Number 14 is the East Penn Raiders. Number 15, Empire State Demon Knights. Silverbacks higher than that because they're not winning shit. I just said the Silverbacks are. Come on, yo. Come on, bro. I definitely said Silverbacks have further odds. I put them at minus 500. I give them minus 500. Bears at minus 300. Pharaohs at minus 325, minus 350. I think you're getting good odds on that. So, but again, that's just my 2 pennies. Don't be mad. Again, it could be worse. Everybody could be ignoring you, and your shit it doesn't matter for nothing. So again, just my 2 pennies. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful week. Enjoy. This is the first official week of summer as the kids are out from school and everything going on. So, 4th of July weekend coming up. So, please make sure that you are safe and responsible. Make sure we're not adding to the fallen soldiers list over the course of the holiday weekend. Get a designated driver. Stay safe. Make good decisions. Love all y'all. Appreciate you. Again, if you want information on Hawaii, you want information on Minor League Football Report Hall of Fame, man, go find the information. Don't be complaining in September when you see people are enjoying themselves, when people are getting their flowers, and then you're sitting there trying to give yourself or somebody else flowers in their during their time where they're on stage and such. That shit is whack. Anyway, I'll holler at you guys. Have a wonderful